On the 20th anniversary of the release of NASCAR Racing 2003 season, we arrive at the new Smyrna Speedway in New Smyrna Beach, Florida for race number 2 of the 32 race season in the 2023 Trinity River Cup Series. This is the Beef It's What's for Dinner 500, the second leg of the 4-race swing in Florida to kick off the points-paying season of the farewell tour of the TRCS. Good evening, and can we say a very gorgeous evening here at New Smyrna Speedway. We've got a few clouds in the sky, but it is a starry and gorgeous night for racing here at this half-mile short track. And we're joined alongside Logan Williams, team owner for Logan Sport, for the call of tonight's race. Logan, it is good to have you in the booth.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back. It's been a while since I've done a race with someone else, but I'm excited to get things going. It should be a fun, beating and banging event. I know the heats in the LCQ were great last night, and I'm ready to kick things off with the main event here. 100 laps at New Smyrna. Should be a fun one.
Well, hopefully it will be. This track played host to the Clash for 4 seasons of Trinity River Cup competition. This year it was moved to Eldora, but we didn't want to leave New Smyrna out hanging, so we decided to give it a points-paying date. So hopefully this is a wonderful race. We've got a lot of hungry competitors looking to get some critical points tonight. Eric Monaco, who won last week at Homestead Miami Speedway to kick off the season, he's looking to put an exclamation point on that win by getting another one. He's looking to go back-to-back. He's starting from the 3rd position, and he is definitely going to be a threat. He won the Season 4 Clash here at New Smyrna, so he definitely knows how to get up front and win at this track. He led 72 of 75 laps that night. And tonight he comes in with a 6-point lead ahead of both Mitchell Henderson and Roberto Crown Jr. Brad Stover comes 7 points behind. Brock Nelson, who starts on the pole position, was 5th in points. And then McShane, Gordon, Lozano, Hayes, and Parrish round out the top 10 of the point standings, coming in after just one race. And we are just about set to go racing here at New Smyrna. But real quick, before we get the cars rolling off, Logan, who do you think we're going to see in victory lane tonight?
Well, you told Eric Monaco out there. He's won the first race of the season. He won here in the Clash last year, but I don't think that it's sustainable for 100 laps that he'll stay up front the whole time. I'm going to come out of my back pocket. It's a short track. It should be a fun one, and guys who aren't really that versed can do well at short tracks. So I'm going to pick a rookie. I'm going to take Anthony McClure.
Anthony McClure starting in the 10th position. That's a good pick. He was fast at Eldora. We'll see if he can get up towards the front after 100 laps. It should be a wonderful night of racing. Let's go down trackside. We'll get you the whole starting lineup, and then we'll get this race going at New Smyrna Speedway. And as the cars roll off the pit road here at New Smyrna Speedway, it is Brock Nelson leading the way from the pole position. He won the first heat last night. He starts alongside Priya McShane, who won the second heat in dominating fashion. Row number 2, we find Eric Monaco. He starts alongside Will Parrish. Row 3, we find Brandon Hayes, rookie for Polar Star, starts alongside Ace Garcia for Velocistar. Row number 4, we find Keenan Biller and Trey Wright. And rounding out the top 10, Jacob Thibodeau and Logan, your pick, Anthony McClure. We are set to go racing here at New Smyrna Speedway. 100 laps here around this half-mile short track. We're ready to get it going. Pace car is in, waiting for that green flag to fly. And the Beef It's What's for Dinner 500 is green. Big slide right off the bat for pole sitter Brock Nelson, and Eric Monaco leads lap number 1 here at New Smyrna Speedway. Priya McShane into 2nd. It is Parrish into 4th. Ace Garcia into the 5th position as they fly down the backstretch and into turn number 3.
Monaco's already pulling away. He's got a couple car lengths, and now McShane and Nelson are going side by side. But Nelson last week rocketed out to the lead from the 5th or 7th spot. This week he did the exact opposite from the pole, but he's trying to gain that position right back. It's already lap 3, coming into 4.
And Brock Nelson will take that second position away from Priya McShane. Ace Garcia trying to get to the inside of McShane, looking for that third and the bookend the podium, at least for the time being. All things reasonably calm for right now as they head off into the 3rd and 4th turn. Now Garcia is going to go for second. Garcia, a 2-time winner in the series, won at Darlington and then backed it up with Twin Ring Motegi last year in 2022. Here's McShane going back to the inside on that 52. And McShane, also a 2-time winner last year, Road America and Homestead Miami Speedway. What an achievement it would be to get a short track added to her resume. 3 different types of tracks, a road course, an intermediate, and a short track. But Eric Monaco up front, who got his first career points paying win last week at Homestead Miami Speedway, looking to go back-to-back. It's already lap 7, but he is pulling away.
And just like he did last week, he got up to a 2-second lead before the caution came out, but McShane and Garcia, they're already closing that gap. Here comes Garcia back to the inside for second now. Couldn't quite make it lurk, and McShane's going to clear him. Priya McShane and Ace Garcia, they're still both starting to close that gap. They halved it to Monaco that last time by, but Garcia thinks he's faster. Here he goes to the inside once again.
Gave McShane the boot scoot boogie heading off into turn number 3 and 4, but McShane trying to pinch him down to the yellow line. They still side by side headed down the back straightaway. Brock Nelson there waiting to pounce and try to push the 52 through to get to the inside of the 91. And Monaco, they've closed in on the lead that the 25 had. So the 25 and 52 are 1 and 2. But now Nelson trying to get to the inside of Ace Garcia as they head down the back straightaway. And trouble out of turn 2 into the inside wall. Goes Keegan Thompson in the 23. And doesn't look like we're going to have a caution. No, he's far enough back. No yellow flag is going to come out. But a tough break for the driver of the 23, Keegan Thompson, who still has not won since October of 2020 in a points-paying event in the Trinity River Cup Series.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that Thompson won't be caught by his ears too soon, because it's still quite entertaining up front. They're 2x2. Brandon Hayes and Jacob Thibodeau are coming up through on the inside now. In the 84 and those 32. Here comes Hayes for second already, getting past Brock Nelson, 3 wide behind him. Thibodeau backs out wisely. He stays in the 5th spot, but he'll try and get to the inside of Nelson here. Obviously, being a short track, the inside's going to work a lot better. And we've seen that a lot. It's been cycling for second, and Eric Monaco has led every lap so far, I believe. This lap 14 already of 100.
Indeed he has. Garcia got close a few laps ago, but now into the second position again. He'll try to close in on that 25. Jacob Thibodeau flying the banner high for Pacific Camel Racing, as he did so often in 2022. Did not really do that at Homestead 1 week ago, but now looking to do so tonight. Only 2 Pacific Camel Racing cars made it into the main event. Him and Braden Perez. Thomas Truxell just barely missing out last night in the last chance qualifier. Here's Brandon Hayes go to the inside of Jacob Thibodeau for that 3rd position. Off into turn number 1. They just about contact as Keegan Thompson is coming out of the pits.
Yeah, Hayes really impressed us all last week at Homestead as well. He was one of the best rookies up there. But here he is again. He's right up in the top 5. Trey Rice, too, is inside now in that KFC Camaro, looking for 3rd. As Ace Garcia is finally caught up and reeled in Eric Monaco to the inside for the lead.
And it looks like he's going to get it. Ace Garcia looking for his first short track win in the Trinity River Cup Series. He'll throw it in on Eric Monaco, and he will bull his way by the Reese's number 25. It is right down to the inside of rookie Brandon Hayes, one of 3 rookies this season to join Max Sterling and the 24 of Anthony McClure. Your pick, Logan. He currently sits in the 9th position, so hey, he's hanging in up there.
Yeah, he started 10th. He's managed to stay right around that 10th spot, hanging out for now. Still 20% through the race right now. Still making up another spot in Thibodeau here. He's also got 81 Kenny Dillon in front of him as well. Keegan Thompson off the pit lane as a lapper. keeping up for the leaders for the most part. It's like he's not a huge impede like we see at super speedways sometimes, but Ace Garcia up front, the only Velocistart car in this race out of all three of those Red Bull cars, and he's showing him well, but here comes Monaco, the inverse of his number, trying to get the lead back.
They've been 1 and 2 for the majority of the race, but for the majority of the race, it was Eric Monaco leading the way. So Garcia getting some critical bonus points towards the championship. Trust me, even though it's early on, those are going to matter as the season goes along. But we're expecting a pit cycle just a little past halfway here in this race. It's a 100-lap race, so about lap 53 or 54 or so, or maybe even before then, about lap 46 or 47, we should expect to see these guys come down into the pits. It's either going to be a one-stop or a two-stop. It could also depend on when the cautions fall, and we have not had one yet. And Monaco! Whoa, Garcia slipped a ton, and Monaco's going to go right on through, and so will Trey Wright. No pun intended. He'll go into the second position, potentially trying to get around Ace Garcia.
Yeah, Wright's painting that yellow line on the bottom there, trying to get around the 52. Not quite clear yet. Monaco's starting to pull away a little bit again, trying to regain that advantage he had in the first few laps of the race, but Wright's going to clear Garcia. He'll try his turn at the lead. Battle for fourth behind them, Brandon Hayes and Priya McShane going at it, and Keegan Thompson's also sticking his nose in there, trying to get back on the lead lap, or trying to get a lap back at least.
He is 3 laps down for the time being, so he'd need a heck of a crazy rest of the race to get back onto the lead lap. Of course, we have waiver rounds now. It is possible to get lap cars back on the lead lap. So Keegan Thompson, he'd need 3 cautions at least for now. Maybe he could get around the leaders and then have 2 cautions. We'll just have to see how it works out for him. But here's Trey Wright going down to the inside. Only 1 career win to his name at Willow Springs in August of 2021. Went winless in 2022. Went winless in both of the seasons in 2020. And now he's got trouble. Down to the inside, he goes out of the lead. No smoke coming out of that car, so it could just be a tire problem.
Either way, that's a terrible break for Trey Wright. Right as he took the lead, he's slowly got his way up to the top 5 throughout the race, and it's all unfolding here. Pit stops lose you several laps here. I don't think he's going to get this back, especially if it's a mechanical problem.
We'll have to see if it is for Trey Wright. That is a tough break for a seasoned veteran. All 5 seasons he's raced in Trinity River Cup competition. But Eric Monaco leads the way. Keegan Thompson, lapper on his rear bumper. Ace Garcia second. Priya McShane, Brandon Hayes, and Brock Nelson. That is the top 5. But now Nelson's coming under fire from Anthony McClure in the number 24, the Target Chevrolet out of Wisconsin Racing Incorporated. The Ben Young-owned team. Nelson tries to fire it back on the outside, but it looks like McClure's going to get that spot.
Anthony McClure up to the 5th position now. I think this is the highest he's run so far. He's still got 4 more guys in front of him, plus Keegan Thompson, who just got around Monaco. Did one of those laps back. That's not what Monaco needed at all. He just lost a ton of time. About a half second to Ace Garcia, and Garcia is right there on his back bumper again, but along with Priya McShane will be towed along.
And apparently the issue with the 95 of Trey Wright was a suspension failure of some kind, and he has fallen out of the race early here at New Smyrna Speedway. A tough break for the veteran Trey Wright. Look for good things for him the rest of the season, but this is not the way he wanted his season to start. He finished 22nd last week. This is certainly not going to help. Here's Garcia going down to the inside of Eric Monaco. These are the only 2 drivers who have led laps tonight. So Garcia looking to get up there and try to get some more laps led, because Monaco's got the bonus for leading the most laps right now. And that is critical as far as the point situation. And Priya McShane waiting in the wings of these 2 tangle. They've had some close calls already tonight. But here's Monaco. He slips up off the bottom of the racetrack, and Garcia's going to have a shot at taking the lead away.
And he's going to get it in one corner here. Ace Garcia had a massive run to the inside. He's just about clear of the 25 now. And Priya McShane's going to take her shot to the inside, looking for second, trying to keep up with Mr. Garcia. Brandon Hayes has also slowly but surely been keeping track of these guys. He's running up in the 4th spot now, and he could easily pounce on Eric Monaco here if he sends it into a corner just right.
And meanwhile, while all this has been going on, the gap from 4th to 5th, it is absolutely enormous between Brandon Hayes and Stephen Colon. Take a look at that. Almost a second and a half, actually over a second and a half between the 84 and the 12. While they've been shuffling around back there, things have been relatively calm up front, all things considered. And so the top 4 have been able to pull away from 5th on back. Now Caden Miller down to the inside of Stephen Colon. That's for 5th. The Season 2 Series champion will take the spot away from Stephen Colon, who is a 3-time winner on the points-paying side of things. Went winless last season. Won Heat 4 in the Clash on the Clay at Eldora, but looking to seriously make an impact here at New Smyrna Speedway. Did you see what Brandon Hayes just did to Eric Monaco heading off into that corner? This rookie is determined to just make the series conform to his will, it seems.
Yeah, you're talking about making an impact. Hayes certainly made an impact in the back of Monaco's car there. He pushed him into that corner and he took 3rd. He's put his own stamp of authority on it as well, so up into the podium spots for Brandon Hayes. We'll have to see if he can track down McShane and Garcia. Garcia's still holding strong out front. I think I saw a side-by-side for 5th behind him between Colon and Biller again. They've been going at it the past couple laps as well. Looks like the 12 will get by for now. But still, not quite halfway yet at New Smyrna. A lot can happen.
And we are getting very, very close to when the pit cycles are going to happen. The fastest lap of the race right now, no surprise really, Ace Garcia, a 16.561. Better by 6 1/1000ths of a second ahead of Dale Lightning. Dale Lightning runs in the 9th position. A low-key night for him so far, but a very good run for him in his 2nd season with Dracoan Racing Enterprises. Ran the 55 last year, now in the 5 this year. As they head off into turn number 3 once again, looks like Monaco's going to be the first taker into the pits.
Yeah, it's before halfway. Got 46 of 100. We'll have to see if the rest of the field follows him, or if this becomes more of a fuel mileage race like it did last week. I don't know if you want to have 2 of those in a row. Looks like Brock Nelson's also down in that 73, the pole sitter. Still running top 10. Priya McShane inherits the lead, but Garcia's and Brandon Hayes are also going to follow him down, and looks like most of the field is just going to pit right at the halfway point.
Looks like it, and, well, if we get a caution, too, this could really make an impact. We could have a whole lot of cars stuck a lap down if a caution came out right now, but it doesn't. Hopefully that is not the case. Looks like McShane's going to come down, and Perez and Thibodeau, teammates out of PHR, are going to stay out a little bit longer. They'll likely come down this time. There's Brock Nelson. This is where you've got to be careful. Cars coming out and cars coming in. Looks like they're making it work so far. As Garcia comes back out onto the racetrack, just ahead of Eric Monaco. So Garcia, after the cycle's done, looks like he's going to keep the lead as the rest of the cars are down in the pit area. As we'll come around for halfway this next time at New Smyrna.
Yep, Priya McShane still right there with the top 2 as well. These 3 have been the best 3 cars all night. Brandon Hayes back a little bit in 4th, but still going to be Ace Garcia and Eric Monaco up front. And obviously they've been the 2 best cars so far tonight. Before that pit cycle, I think they were still the only 2 guys who had led laps. But Monaco looks like he's got a bit of a run on Garcia right now as we cross halfway, and the beef, it's what's for dinner, 500.
Monaco is pressed against the back side of that 52 as they run down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Garcia slid up off the apex of the corner a little bit. Monaco keeping within arm's reach as, I believe, is the caution out? Yes, it is, looks like. We had a spinner on the front straightaway. And, well, we'll take a look in just a moment. It could be any number of cars, and, well, you know what? Why not go ahead and take care of the next pit cycle?
It's a good idea, considering they may not make it to the end of the race when the time they did pit.
It was definitely going to be close, but I would imagine now, given how long it was until the cycle happened, it could still be close. It could still be close, given that there's 48 laps to go, and we're right on the shortest distance for the cycle. Looks like Hayes is going to go for a 2-tire stop, and he'll pull out ahead of McShane, and the leader, Eric Monaco and Ace Garcia, they're going to slip back in the field. They went for 4. Oh my gosh.
Monaco fell back to like the completely opposite end of the field. I don't know what they might be thinking with that call. Maybe fresher tires is that much of an advantage here, but I can't wait to see this restart because there are some guys who gassed and goed. 4 drivers looked like they stayed out.
Or they did what you said and stopped and went, just took fuel. Some took 2 tires. Notably, Brandon Hayes leapfrogs just everyone who was running up at the front. He now sits in the 5th position. But it will be Will Parrish who leads the field to the green flag in just a moment. But real quick, let's go back and take a look at what happened to bring out caution number 1 here in the Beef It's What's for Dinner 500 at New Smyrna Speedway. So taking a look from overhead, Jacob Thibodeau had just come off the pit road. Here's Trey Smith trying to thread the needle 3 wide. Gets into the back of Elijah Gordon in the 76, turns the 76 down into Thibodeau, and unfortunately for Thibodeau, he gets spun out down to the inside and just slams the wall on the inside of the front straightaway and sliding back up into traffic as cars were coming at him full song. And that is what brought out the first caution here at New Smyrna. Let's take a look at full speed. So watching here in real time, here's Trey Smith trying to thread the needle between himself, Elijah Gordon, and Jacob Thibodeau. Sends the 76 down into the 32 of Thibodeau, and a hard hit for Jacob. And just not the way he wanted his season to start for that 32 team in Pacific Camel Racing. Just a very, very tough situation for Thibodeau and Gordon, for that matter. He was put in a no-win situation when the 10 got into the back of him. But after everything, Will Parrish is going to lead the field to the green flag here in just a moment. The track is clear. We are good to go. So let's go ahead and head to the restart here at New Smyrna Speedway. Lights are off atop the pace car here at New Smyrna. Welcome back to the Beef It's What's for Dinner 500 at this New Smyrna Speedway. Race 2 of the 2023 season. Caution coming out for a spin on the front straightaway. It is Will Parrish who leads the way. Brandon Hayes came down late for another pit stop. This could be good for him because some of these guys still got to stretch it to the end of this on their fuel economy. It is Parrish, Thibodeau, Andrews, Zidell, and McShane, the top 5, as the green flag is out once again at New Smyrna. 44 laps to go.
Looks like a pretty standard restart for Parrish and all the guys behind him. Although he's up the track in the second lane. Here comes Thibodeau. Here comes Andrews. Almost made it 3 wide there. John Andrews backs out, and Jacob Thibodeau to the lead for Pacific Camel Racing.
Oh, and Andrews powers by Will Parrish. Now down to the inside of the 32 for the race lead. Justin Zidell in behind as well, looking for that 3rd position in the Valvoline 83. There's Andrews to the lead, who won at Nashville last summer. He's looking for career win number 2. He slides up the track. Here's Thibodeau and Zidell back down to the inside. Former teammates and Zidell, former PHR driver, to the lead at New Smyrna.
Thibodeau forced it 3 wide. I don't know. Got back to the inside now, so it works for him. But Zidell in the lead. Here comes Thibodeau back to the inside again.
Oh, he's going to go into the pits. He's going to try to do what Brandon Hayes did. I'm surprised he's doing it under green, though.
Well, that leaves Andrews and Zidell up front. Here comes John Andrews in the 41 to the inside now.
Oh, trouble! Dale Lightning and Samadeo got together and saved it. Holy cow!
This restart just turned a whole nother gear on this race. Everyone's a little bit more aggressive now.
Definitely seems to be that way, as they're 3 wide a little deeper in the field. Garcia, Nelson, and Kukulon going at it.
Yeah, Yeah, Nelson got really slow off the corner there, but they still avoided another accident. Seidel and Andrews continuing to hand each other positions and trade some paint here at New Smyrna. Seidel back to the lead, lap 64 of 100 now. Andrew Williams, Stephen Colon have made their way up to the front as well. Colon's going to take the third spot now. Sam Adio's up here as well, the defending champ. And Dale Lightning, who almost wrecked with him earlier, just a couple laps ago. They're still top 5 or so. And now here comes Andrews once again back to the inside of Seidel.
Man, this is a great battle they've got going on here. It's a shame Thibodeau just had to come down the pits because, well, former teammates battling for the lead, that is a storyline that I could have never foreseen coming in. But John Andrews up front leading the way. Justin Seidel, former PHR driver now at Trinity River Racing, is in second. Nicholas Samadio back to NS Blackout Motorsports for 2023. Defending series champion, who now drives Nissans instead of Chevrolets, is into that third position on the inside of Stephen Colon with first-year team EL Alpine Racing and the Renault bunch. Here's Andrew Williams, who throws it in on Stephen Colon into the fourth position. What a pass by Andrew Williams, and his teammate Dale Lightning is getting shuffled on the outside of Kanan Biller. Oh my goodness! Parrish up into the 5 and saves it again.
Evasive action by Parrish there to stay out of the back of Lightning. Looks like Braden Perez is coming up through the field behind him as well. They're still 2x2 looking for some more positions up front. I see Priya McShane to the inside up there in the top 5. To the inside of Williams in the 50. They're side by side for third now, I believe. As
it's actually for the 5th position.
Yeah. Top 3 have checked out.
Andrews is out of here for the moment, but it's Seidel and Samadio going at it for the second position. It does look like Samadio has a faster car. He's recorded the third fastest lap of the race, a 16.541, as he now throttles his way around Justin Seidel, and he'll be left to chase down Waco, Texas's John Andrews, who leads the way for Ryan Durrani Incorporated.
That 41 is pulling out a lead, I think a little bigger than what Monaco had at the very beginning of it. San Diego is now in second, trying to chase him down. He's immediately pulled away from Seidel. Like you said, he's definitely got the faster car. The Nissan power under that hood working for all it's worth. Seidel is looking like he's trying to keep up, doing okay with it in third, but he's going to have to worry about fourth place Stephen Colon now, if Colon can get up there. Top 10 starting to spread out a little bit. It's only the middle of it that's starting to pack up again. Here comes Williams in the 50, looking to the inside of McShane, pushes her up the track, and here comes Andrew for the 5th spot.
And he might have a good chance of taking it away down to the inside into 1 and 2. Pokes the nose ahead, out of the second corner. Up ahead, it is Nicholas Samadio, who's caught John Andrews for the race lead. Here he comes down to the inside. Mr. Edge down low on John Andrews, and he's going to have the edge heading off into turn 1 and 2.
Samadio caught up to Andrews and disposed of him like trash. I mean, he got up there really fast. And we'll have to see if he can pull out a gap, because Andrews was up front by almost a full second, and Samadio tracked him down like it was nothing. 98 moving out front. Andrews keeping with them for now. We'll have to see if he can get another run back to the inside. Looks like it's not going to happen in 3 and 4 yet. Samadio running a little bit of a higher line, though. Andrews is still right there. 1500ths of a second at the line that last time, and he's looking to the inside, trying to give a nudge to Samadio, letting him know he's there.
Almost got there down to the inside. Of course, Nicholas Samadio's only race win to this point came on a short track at Martinsville last year, where he dominated the race, led every single lap, and the cautions just fell at the right time for him to stay up front even through the pit cycles. So Nicholas Samadio out front, coming around for 22 laps to go at New Smyrna. Of course, everyone's got to be calculating the fuel economy, seeing if they're going to make it to the end, because the vast majority of these drivers might not be able to make it to the end just based on when that caution fell.
Yeah, well, the one guy who came in after that green flag wave, Jacob Thibodeau, I see him just up the track a little bit. I don't know if he's going to get in the way of the leaders, although it looks like Samadio's getting in the way of himself here. Andrews looking to the inside once again. Almost,
Oh,
about
yeah.
20 laps to go at New Smyrna. Here comes Andrews.
And back down to the inside goes the Honda Civic of John Andrews. He slips off the bottom of the racetrack. Samadillo looked like he was going to fly back around the outside. Does not look like it's going to be the case, although he'll try in 3 and 4. Andrews off the bottom of the racetrack. At the line, it's Samadillo, but into the first turn this time. Andrews with the advantage, and we'll see if he'll clear this 98 this time. Behind, it is side-by-side between Justin Zeidel and Steven Colon, but up front, Andrews will clear the 98.
Oh, he had to check up just a little bit off the corner. There's still drag racing in that New Smyrna. That's hard to do because the straights are so short, but there, Andrews finally clears him in that Honda. Honda versus Nissan up front. Samadillo will give in for now. Try and get his wicks together and make another run at it. Steven Colon up to third, back behind him. He's about a second back of those two. And Ace Garcia is back. After pitting for 4 tires into that caution, he's up into 4th now, getting past Justin Zeidel. He's gained a lot of time. Maybe those 4 tires are helping.
I suppose so, to an extent. But here we are on lap 85, and he is all the way up to 4th. Here's Samadillo going back after John Andrews. Not quite there, heading off into turn number 3. But he was close enough for Andrews has got to be nervous.
Yeah, Samadillo already gave him a run for his money. But Andrews holding on well for now. It looks like he likes to run a bit of a lower line versus Samadillo, although he slips up really wide out of 4.
And here comes Samadillo. Inside of Andrews, heading off into turn number 1. Looks like he's going to have him by half a car length out of the corner, down the straightaway and into the 3rd turn. Oh, Andrews powers it back on the outside. They're side by side. Samadillo at the line just barely ahead of Andrews, and he'll clear the 41 this time.
I don't know how many times we might see these guys go back and forth before the race ends. But still battling behind them. Garcia trying to get to 3rd now as Andrews gets another run to the inside. Couldn't make it work that time. Ace Garcia moving into the podium places, trying to get back to where he started this race. Trying to get back up front. Led a bunch of laps at the beginning. Made that questionable pit call. But we're still going to have to see if these guys can make it all the way on fuel. We're starting to get down to the crunch time here. 10 laps to go this time by. John Andrews, however, he's not worried about fuel. He's worried about getting that lead back.
They should be worried about fuel if he's not already. If nobody has been conserving up front, this is going to be a ridiculous finish at New Smyrna, as we're now at 10 laps to go. Samadillo wiggles a little bit on the outside, and Andrews back down low looking for the lead.
And he's got it out of 4. John Andrews back out front once again, driving for Ryan Durrani. Samadillo still not losing him, and it's just been yo-yoing between these two drivers for the lead. Steven Colon and Ace Garcia have not made any ground up. Samadillo's back into him in the next corner.
Goodness gracious, this is good stuff. As we're now at 8 laps to go, Andrews is going to lead the lap that time. Samadillo fires it in on the low side, and Mr. Edge looking to get the lead back away from John Andrews as we come around for 7 laps to go this time. And Steven Colon, Ace Garcia, and Justin Zeidel are right up with the group, although Garcia slipped. And Zeidel, this may hold the 52 up, but Colon may yet be able to challenge the top 2.
Oh, Andrews got wide out of that corner, and here comes Colon. He's got a bunch of time. He's reeled in John Andrews now. Let's see if that 12 can get up to the back of the 41. Catching is one thing, passing is another, as we hear often. Samadillo might pull away too much if Colon has trouble getting to the back of the 41 here. Half second between the top 2 right now as it's 5 to go around this half-miler.
You know, John Andrews' lone win came on fuel mileage at Nashville Superspeedway 1 year ago. Samadillo up front with good leverage, although Andrews is going to have to come into the pits at the tail end of lap 96. It's happening again at New Smyrna Speedway.
Samadillo's got a comfortable gap now if he wants to save any fuel. Don't know if they've been wired to do that, but he's keeping it on the track for now. He's taking 3 to go. So is Colon.
Oh, there goes Zeidel.
Most of the top 10, though, still staying on the track.
Interestingly enough,
really messed up.
they are all staying out, but now coming around for 2 laps to go. We'll see if anybody else comes into the pits this time. Doesn't look like it. So, they might have conserved enough up front. We'll have to see. Nicholas Samadio, 1.4 seconds ahead of Stephen Colon. Through 3 and 4, he's not coming into the pits this time, and he'll get the white flag here at New Smyrna Speedway. Half a mile to go, and the beef, it's What's for Dinner 500 for the defending series champion, Nicholas Samadio, looking for career win number 2. Down the backstretch and into the 3rd turn, he's clutch and coasted his way to victory. Nicholas Samadio wins the beef, it's What's for Dinner 500 at New Smyrna Speedway.
Colin just had nothing for him. Cal saved enough fuel. Only a couple guys had to come down at the end, and Samadio pulls out for long enough. He gets the win here at New Smyrna after a great battle with John Andrews. Unfortunately, Andrews just didn't conserve enough fuel while he was trying to battle with Samadio, and that's what ended up doing him in.
So unfortunate for John Andrews. Had a great run in the second half of this race, but that's the way it goes sometimes in these races. Andrews definitely has been fast in these first couple of races. I see great things for him in the remainder of this season. But let's take a look at your finishing results here. Nicholas Samadio, career win number 2, another short track win. Martinsville last year, New Smyrna this year. An average race speed of 96.454 miles per hour, 1.387 seconds ahead of Stephen Colon. Braden Perez 3rd. Anthony McClure, good pick, Logan. He was up 6 from the start. Ace Garcia 5th. Eric Monaco, Priya McShane, Kanan Biller, Andrew Williams, and Sebastian Kukulon round out the top 10. Will Parrish, Justin Zidell, John Andrews, Jacob Thibodeau unable to finish on the lead lap, and the only car to fall out of the race, Trey Wright in the 95 for Team Ninja Rapids with a suspension issue. So, final thoughts on this race tonight, Logan, here at New Smyrna Speedway.
Well, I certainly wasn't expecting them to go only one caution at a track like New Smyrna, which we've seen plenty of cautions here at other runnings of the Clash, but they kept it clean. That was in the end. The caution, the timing that it did come out, ended up flipping this race on its head. It changed a lot of just through that one pit cycle. And Ace Garcia, Eric Monaco, they tried to pit for 4 tires to come back up. It didn't quite work. And Samadio found himself up in the top 5, and he took advantage of it. And that's what champions do. They take advantage of the situations they have, and Nicholas Samadio, 2nd career win, he gets it done.
And definitely putting the field on notice as he tries to defend his championship after a tough finish 1 week ago at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Finished 33rd at Homestead 1 week ago. This is definitely going to energize his crew, I would think, as we head into the remainder of this season. But the next race, we will be at the Daytona Road Course, part of Daytona Speedweeks, leading up to the Great American Race here in the Trinity River Cup Series. My thanks to Logan Williams for joining me on the call for this race. We'll see you next week for the Auto Nation Grand Prix of Daytona right here on the Trinity River Network. Y'all take care, stay safe, and have a good one.